Greetings and salutations. This is Malrias's Musings. This is Malrias, your host with the most. Seems to be doing well for myself talking about Dracula lately, so I think we're going to do some more of this. Getting some good thoughts off my head, and some of you actually seem to be enjoying them. So this one's about, I don't know if you're aware of this or not, but I already mentioned that Dracula was a sorcerer. In the book, he's basically an alchemist, occultist. But I don't know if you know this, but Bram Stoker himself had a penchant for the occult and for alchemy. Now, the reason I bring this up, the importance of this, is because I've kind of already touched on something, and I wanted to just focus on it for a minute. There's a concept in alchemy called the unity of opposites. So, like, if you go into Jungian psychology, Jung talking about the shadow. Jung talks about the feminine soul in a man, the masculine soul in a female. These are all alchemical ideas about uniting opposites, uniting opposing forces. Because there's a lot of opposing forces in human beings. So that became part of that discipline. And I bring it up because I've already touched on the fact that Lucy herself is a unity of opposites. She, through the course of the story, represents both virtue and depravity. She starts off as a maiden looking to get married. She ends up a perversion, not swaddling the baby, but feeding on the baby that she's supposed to be feeding, so to speak, symbolically. But there's a lot of things in the story, like the whole story of Dracula itself is like a bridge between the scientific and the supernatural. When you look at how the insane asylum is set up, you've got Stewart, who's in his office, and it looks like he's got a bunch of old tools, but in reality, he's got the state-of-the-art stuff at the time. Like, the phonograph was a new invention. He's basically got the cell phone and the computer in his office, and that's being juxtaposed against all of the craziness that's going on underneath him. And I know it's not right to say the C word. I have mental issues myself, but I'm talking from the perspective of the author and the understanding of the author and the readers at the time of mental health and crazy is being juxtaposed against this. And all of these people who are in the bottom layer, they can be touched by the supernatural. They're imbalanced enough that they can sense the other side easier, is what it's kind of implied. Let me look at Renfield. But that's being juxtaposed with the science. That's Scout.